Hi everyone, this is Fox again with another Sony Vegas tutorial. This is the third video in the series, and we're going to talk a little bit about working with audio. And the reason why I'm going to audio first before we look at video transitions and other video effects is because really for the most part, and this is really important, but for the most part, your audio is more important than your video. And I know that sounds strange because we're video editors, right? We edit video. Well, if you're not a professional video editor working for a big studio, you don't have a sound editor working with you. So you don't pass off all the sound onto that person. And two, as a video editor, you are working very closely with all the elements of a video. And the second element of a video that we always think about is, of course, the audio. There are a lot of silent videos, especially on YouTube, that all they do is play a song while they just type out text instead of speaking. And to me, those videos are far, far inferior to videos where someone is actually speaking instead of typing out text to you. And oftentimes the music choices that they make may not be what you want to hear and may not be what you enjoy. So what I have here is I have a track, or a clip, sorry. I have a clip down in the video track, and it has the video portion and the audio portion. And these two are connected. So watch this. If I delete that, the audio goes with it. Control Z to bring it back. If I try to delete just the audio, the video goes with it. Real quick, before we get started here, here's how you can unlink those. Go up here, and it says Ignore Event Grouping. Click that, and now you can get rid of just the audio or just the video. Okay, believe it or not, there are times when you'd want to do that. If, however, you only want to mute the audio for a period of time, such as while you're making a voiceover, click this icon right here. It looks like the icon for no, as if there's a cigarette underneath. It means no smoking. Click that, and when you play the video, there's absolutely no audio playing. Okay. Uncheck it, and it's no longer muted. You can also even mute the video, and the reason you'd want to do that is because you might have multiple videos on multiple tracks, and you want to see what a few look like without the background. Okay, so first of all, we notice that the audio waveforms, we can see them down here, but they're not that big. So, I mean, some of these look virtually microscopic. What we can do to help make those audio waveforms a little larger and easier to work with is right-click the audio clip, go to Properties, and choose Normalize. Okay? And it's going to increase the gain by 5.6. That's what it's decided in this case. It'll be different for different clips. Choose OK. There we go. We have much bigger waveforms. Still not huge, but bigger and easier to see. So in this case, we notice that there's points where there's not a lot of sound going on. Okay, and if you notice up in the corner, you can catch me making some interesting facial expressions. That's one of the things when you shoot yourself on video. You'll just stop the cursor in one spot, and you'll notice that your face looks really strange at one point. Like that. Oh, that just looks awful, doesn't it? Alright, anyway. What we want to do here is take a look at how to make certain parts of the video certain volume and other parts another volume. Well, let's play this first and listen to it. You're going to hear it through the microphone. Okay, well, I'm fine with that, but what if I want to increase that volume? I can go over here, take this volume slider here, and increase the gain. And you want to be careful increasing gain, because as you increase the gain, you can hear more of the static in the background. Let's bring it all the way up to 12 and see what that sounds like.
Running exactly the way it was before the failure.
Okay, so now you notice that we're hitting. Oh, you see that up here? We're hitting into the red zone. What that means is it's sort of grating on our ears because we're blowing out the audio and losing some quality. We definitely don't want to go up that high. Let's say we only want to go up 1.3. Looks great. How about over here in this? Oh, see, we're in the red over there. Well, wait a minute. If I change this and make it lower and decrease the gain, I can't hear myself in this part as well. But this part is just too noisy. Oh, see, we're in the red. So how do we solve this problem? We don't want to change the volume for the entire thing. We don't want to make it too loud or too soft. We need different volumes for different parts of the clip. Well, you could go and split the clip by hitting the S key. But there's another way to do that in a much easier way, because you don't want to go around splitting clips for no reason. So let's see. Go ahead and hit Shift V, and it'll turn on the audio line right there. You see that blue line going through? You can drag that blue line up and down if you want, but right now we don't want to do that yet. We got Shift V set, so go to the spot where your audio changes. Okay, right here. Ready? Right there, right before this audio waveform section right here. What I'm going to do is, when I see that hand pop up, double click. And you're going to see a marker there. Whoops, I'm going to leave that there. I'm going to undo that one. I'm going to bring the marker back a little bit. Double click here, then double click here. And since that goes all the way to the end of the clip with the same thing, I want that audio to be the same. So now watch. I put two what are called envelopes there, or keys. And what I can do now is watch. Ooh, I can drag the audio down just for this part. So now let's listen. Nice. Now let me pull that back up and show you what it looked like before. Whoops. And we can move this all around too like crazy. Okay, watch up here. Ready? Right up here. Okay. So there's a disparity between the volumes there. I can pull this one down, pull it out just a bit. See how this is where my volume is? Oh. And what we did is make the volume a lot more level. So the volume is more level now. We're hitting the same green areas over here. So it doesn't sound like there's a big disparity between the volume of me speaking from my computer chair versus me speaking into the computer during the screencast. That's one of the most useful features of the volume, editing with envelopes. Another thing you can do is if you want to temporarily bring the volume down so that you can do a voiceover, make some envelopes in the area where you'd like to change the volume. Let me get this out of the way. Okay, now watch this. So I've got these here. I'm going to pull this all the way down. I'm going to pull this all the way down. Alright, now listen to this. It brings the volume all the way down. So during this portion, I can go ahead and create another audio track, arm it for recording, and then decide to do a voiceover. Alright, this is Fox, and I'm doing a voiceover over myself. Okay, so let's listen to how that sounds. You ready? Alright, this is Fox, and I'm doing a voiceover over myself. Okay, so you can see how that sounds really good. We probably want to bring the volume on that down a bit. So I'm going to bring this down just a bit. Okay, now let's see how that would sound if I didn't bring the volume down with these envelope markers, the keys. Now listen to how it sounds otherwise. Alright, this is Fox, and I'm doing a voiceover over my... Yeah, see, now we've got two people talking. Well, it's actually one person talking about two different things at the same time, and it just gets confusing. So once again, you can just create these markers by double-clicking anywhere on this blue line, and you can create as many as you want. You need a bare minimum of 2 to make any sort of difference, okay? For example, you'll notice that if you just create 1 and try to bring the volume down, look at, see how it pulls all around? If you want to create just an area where there's a volume change, you can do it like this. Watch. See how we created those extra markers on the side there so that we only bring down the part in the middle? Whew. Alright, we've still got a little bit of time left, not a whole lot, so let's go over how to... Oh, actually, I think we covered everything I was planning on covering today. We've learned how to mute a track, right? We can mute a track so you can only hear the other one. We learned how to add audio tracks. We learned how to do a voiceover. You need a microphone for that. We learned how to use the audio envelopes. And we learned how to normalize with the waveform. Great, we've covered everything. Alright, thanks for watching. My name's Fox. I'll see you next time.